Welcome back to Empowering the Educator Within. I'm your host, Christina Shalla, and today we're diagnosing a common but overlooked issue in schools, planner malfunction. You know the symptoms: stressed out teachers, inconsistent lessons, confused students, and a teaching staff that seems more divided than collaborative. Maybe you've seen these signs before. Maybe you're experiencing them now. But what if I told you that the root cause isn't poor teaching or disengaged students, but something as seemingly simple as your school planners? Let's unpack how unit and day planners, when poorly designed, can quietly sabotage learning and teamwork, and more importantly, how to fix them. Let's start with the unit planner. It's meant to provide structure, clarity, and cohesion. But too often, the design of the planner itself creates confusion and fragmentation. Take the dates and timeframes. If your school encourages inquiry-based learning or student-driven projects, asking teachers to commit to a time frame from the get-go is counterproductive. It shifts the mindset from explore and respond to rush and complete. The flow of learning stalls the moment we lock ourselves into rigid deadlines. Now, think about the layout. If your planner is a series of randomly placed boxes, no rows or columns, it's like asking someone to write a story without a beginning, middle, or end. Teachers will naturally skip around, feeling out what feels familiar. The result? Lessons that jump around with no logical sequence, and classrooms that feel more chaotic than cohesive. Then there's column sequencing. It might seem minor, but the order in which teachers fill out the planner influences how they think and teach. If the flow is off, the instruction will be too. Planning for multigrade or split classes presents another challenge. A single level planner won't cut it. Without space for differentiated objectives, teachers are forced to use separate planners, dividing their attention and unintentionally working in silos. And that often means missed opportunities to scaffold learning across levels. What about your specialist teachers? Are they using the same planners as your classroom teachers? If so, they may be struggling to align their lessons with what's happening in the mainstream classrooms. Without a clear starting point, like reviewing mainstream planners or curriculum objectives, specialists can end up working in isolation. A well-designed planner should prompt them to make meaningful connections to classroom learning, whatever form that learning takes. The same goes for your ELL and learning support teams. If their planners are carbon copies of mainstream ones, we're missing the point. Their goals are different. They support, scaffold, and adapt. So their planners should too. Otherwise, we're expecting collaboration without offering the tools to make it possible. Let's move on to daily planning. This is where things often unravel. A disconnected day planner, one that simply lists the date and a series of time blocks, leads teachers to fill in activities without thinking about their purpose. There's no link back to the unit plan, no reference to objectives, no built-in reflection. And what happens then? Cue the scramble at report card time, when teachers realize they haven't captured the evidence of learning, and worse, haven't covered what they intended to. Allowing total teacher choice in day planning may feel flexible and respectful of autonomy, but it often breeds inconsistency. If every teacher structures their day differently, how can students or leadership track progress across the school? The learning experience becomes a lottery depending on the classroom. And again, don't forget about your specialists, ELL, and learning support staff. If your expectations for them are different, their planners need to reflect that. While specialists run their own programs and learning support staff provide targeted assistance, both need planning tools that align with their roles. One-size-fits-all planning won't support collaboration or differentiated instruction. It will just create disconnect across your team. Now, here's the good news. Planner malfunction is absolutely curable. But like any diagnosis, it starts with looking at the whole picture. Before rushing to redesign templates or add new boxes, take a step back. Ask yourself, what is our school's educational framework? What vision, values, and guiding principles shape how learning happens here? If your planners aren't built on that foundation, any fixes will be surface level at best. If you haven't yet listened to episode 1, I encourage you to check it out. In that episode, we explore what an educational framework really is and why it should be the foundation for any kind of planning or collaboration in schools. It's a great starting point if you're looking to bring more coherence and intention to your team's work. To move from paper to practice, it's important to design planners that don't just capture information, they guide thinking. Start by reordering the columns in a way that mirrors the teaching process. For instance, leading with inquiry or objectives prompts teachers to think about purpose before activities. Next, make sure there's built-in space for scaffolding, especially if your teachers are working with multi-grade or split classes. A single planner should support multiple levels without requiring separate documents. For specialists, ELL, and support staff, planners need to reflect their unique roles and responsibilities. If they're expected to collaborate, the tool must make that possible. Daily planners should also prompt teachers to circle back to their unit goals. Embedding space to check in on learning objectives each day reinforces consistency and progress. And if you're evaluating your current tools, consider a few key questions. Does this planner reflect our school's educational framework? Does it make tracking learning objectives simple and visible? Is it inclusive for all educators, not just classroom teachers? And perhaps most importantly, does it help teachers think deeply about their practice? Or is it just another form to fill out? You'll find further guidance and practical resources at shalabooks.com, where we break down these concepts in more depth and share planner visuals, real-life examples, and differentiated templates to support your journey. And if you're looking for practical tools to help guide your team through planner design or to reflect on your school's vision and systems, be sure to check out the Empowering the Educator Within book and companion workbook. They're designed to help educators, whether classroom teachers or school leaders, create purposeful, aligned learning environments. Because planning tools aren't just forms. They are reflections of your school's thinking and culture. Done well, they guide teachers through intentional decision-making, support cohesion across programs, and help every student move forward with clarity. So if your school is feeling the symptoms of planner malfunction, low morale, fractured teams, unclear instruction, don't start by pointing fingers. Start by looking at the tool itself. And if you need guidance designing planners and frameworks that actually work, tools that align with your school's mission and meet the diverse needs of your staff, we'd love to help. Reach out at shalabooks.com and let's build something better together.